Well, he's only gone and done it, ladies and gentlemen. Frank Lampard, of course, England and Chelsea footballing legend, doesn't need to manage. He's made enough money in his career. I believe he's got a lot of business investments as well. But like he was as a player, he wants to do it. He wants to achieve greatness. He wants to prove to himself and others he can do it. Now, Frank Lampard has oddly been well, maybe not oddly, but he's been a divisive character as a manager. I think largely unfairly. I think he did a really good job with Derby County getting them to the playoff final. If you knew the context of they lost the top scorer in the league, they lost their senior players, he had to bring the age down, he had to change the style of play. He did all of that. And he lost out in the playoff final by 1 goal. Again, Chelsea, he comes into Chelsea. Chelsea have a transfer ban. They lost 49% of their Premier League goal involvements in Eden Hazard and was unable to replace him. And he got them into top 4 into the Champions League with a lot of youth players. Granted, things fell off and he didn't, he didn't go awfully before Thomas Tuchel came in. But at Chelsea, broadly, he did a great job. And then, of course, Everton, his remit was to keep them up. In a really difficult season, he kept them up. The fans loved him. They connected with him at Goodison Park. Now, enter Coventry City. He's replacing a really popular manager, which is hard, but also they were languishing at the bottom of the championship table, so it's double hard. And these Coventry City fans, they don't know what to think about Frank Lampard, But he's only gone and done it. He's in the playoffs, and not 6th, 5th. He's got a top 5 finish after picking them up from where they are. And you know what? Guess who they play in the playoffs for the semi-final? It's Sunderland. Now, Sunderland, massive club, of course, but Sunderland have lost 5 games in a row. They are in terrible form. They've lost 5 games in a row, and they have to face Frank Lampard's Coventry, who, of course, just come off a win. A couple of wobbles before that, but you could back him to get to the final. Of course, Sheffield United, Sunderland and Bristol City all in the playoffs as well. You think maybe Sheffield United are favourites, looking like the top 2 both got 100 points in the championship. Sheffield United got 90, and then there's a big drop-off. So they are very much the 3rd best team in the championship, Sunderland. And you would... Sorry, not Sunderland. Sheffield United, definitely not Sunderland after their recent form. Sheffield United, and they are playing. Who are they playing? They're playing Bristol City. So you'd back Sheffield United to get to the playoff final, and I'd back Coventry. So I'm going to talk about that, guys. Welcome back to Football Yannick. How's it going? It's great to have you all here. Lovely to hear such great feedback on the channel. Thank you for joining me. If you want to support the content, please do drop a like on this video, and why not hit the subscribe button if you're interested in daily footballing content, my commentary on it at least. So thank you for your support. Back to this. So yeah, I make Frank Lampard's Coventry City favourites to make the playoff final. For me, it's already a superb success of an appointment with Frank. Because like I said, there's a couple of things to consider. One is that he's replacing a really popular manager. Frank Lampard's a very emotionally and socially intelligent person, but that makes him a very emotionally and socially intelligent coach. Look at the one thing he's done at every club. Of course, Chelsea legend, but Derby, Everton, and more so than ever, Coventry City. The relationship he's cultivated with the match-going fans is incredible. The way he connects with them, they sing his name. They adore him. He has succeeded. He has exceeded expectations. And, they play good football, and he's been tactically versatile. So... For me, I'm a Chelsea fan, so I'm delighted for him. He is the kind of character that's just not going to give up and is happy to go back down in the championship. People wondered out of all, the Wayne Rooneys and, Steven Gerrards. I know Gerrard did a good job at Rangers and he's being linked back there, which is pretty predictable. But, of course, Steven Gerrard was a miserable appointment for Aston Villa. You know, he made Unai Emery look like the second coming of the Messiah, the way he picked them up and flew up the table. They were above the relegation. He took Villa into a relegation scrap. Now, this isn't... I'm not bringing up Lampard versus Gerrard, but the point is, English coaches, top of the tree at the moment is probably Eddie Howe, and rightly so. I think he's done really, really good stuff with Newcastle. I think the way he's revitalised certain players and repurposed certain players like Joel Linton into midfield, etc. He's done a great job. And, you know, Graham Potter seems to have fallen off. There's not many good English coaches, And for Frank Lampard to be like swimming upstream against this unfair judgment on him because he's just a player, he's just got an ego. No, he just loves football. He's a super intelligent, dare I say this phrase, I'm sorry it's coming, football man. And he just wants to succeed. He's still young enough, Frank Lampard, to have an amazing career. I mean, he's 46. So he's already had a good, lot of experience doing different things, The Derby experience was good. The Chelsea experience was really eye-opening. Even in his words, when he returned to interim at Chelsea, when it was just an unmanageable club, he says he learned stuff from that, and I believe him. And to go from... Because everyone saw that... Again, think about this. If you're a Coventry City fan, you'd be like, okay, Frank did, good stuff at Chelsea, and he has that Derby championship experience. But when was the last time we saw him in a dugout? Well, it was that interim period at Chelsea where everything was absolutely insane. And even if they're like a thinking fan and they know the context of why it all failed and whatever, they'll still be like, that's it. But he's just done magnificent work. And I mean, it's incredible. I'm just going to read you something here. Yeah, sorry, I just wanted to grab something off The Athletic. They were showing that he picked them up in 17th place after 17 games played as well. So it wasn't like a couple of games in. They were in 17th place after 17 games played. That is a lot of football. When he picked them up, he completely transformed them. He made the team a robust, good team. He made them believe. He made them fight. He connected with the Coventry City fan base. And he made them believe, man. I mean, like, you've got to... I don't know. I just feel like he deserves his flowers. He deserves props. No matter what happens, it's been an incredible success, and I think he will reach the playoff final against Sunderland. I think they're in miserable form. The Coventry City fans just believe. Maybe not. Maybe he'll lose the semi-final, but I have a feeling he'll get to Wembley in the playoff final. And of course, I'm pretty sure it'll be against Sheffield United. They are the better team. They are the more recently experienced Premier League team. But anything can happen in the final. It's been a success regardless, but if he takes Coventry City from above the relegation zone after 17 games to the Premier League, bringing Coventry City back into the Premier League, that would be marvellous. You'll have to get all the sort of snidey people, or, making all the snarky comments at them. They need to eat their words. I mean, again, you can take it from a Chelsea fan. You might not want to take it from a Chelsea fan, but I evaluate his managerial career. That was amazing, but I feel like underappreciated or unfairly evaluated for the reasons I said earlier. But if he does this, people will have to be like, okay, he's one of the best working English coaches. Simple as. And the thing is with Frank Lampard is he won't stop. He will keep going. Whether he wants to take the Chelsea job again eventually, I'm sure he'd love to, because I think he lives around Chelsea and he's got pubs and businesses, isn't he, around there? And I feel like if he feels like he can get to the point where, he can do that. I mean, he's about the same age as Enzo Maresca, actually. So, it's not like Chelsea have got a 60-year-old manager that he's waiting to succeed. But I just hope he does. Obviously, there's other Chelsea-affiliated manager, Liam Rosenior. Actually, Strasbourg were beating PSG last time I checked. Oh my God, they're winning 2-0 against PSG at halftime. If that finishes like that, I might have to actually do a video on that as well, because that's insane. Because they're in the top four. PSG, Strasbourg, they're level on third. Incredible. We'll talk about that if and when it happens. But yeah, Frank Lampard deserves his flowers. Incredible. Congratulations, Coventry City. Congratulations, Frank. Thank you for joining me for this video. Thank you for liking and subscribing. And I do hope to see you back here soon. Peace.